Hey Pinewood families, it's Mr. Nitz. This is the video for Tuesday, April 21st. Whether you're watching this on Monday night or on Tuesday morning, this will get you set to do all the things that you need to do for Tuesday. Reflecting on today, Monday, what a great day for students taking charge of themselves. I know that parents were also important in many of your families getting kids doing the right things, but today was a success. Some of the numbers from today were that we had 24 out of 31 students log into Schoology today. We had 12 students be a part of the optional conference at noon. And I don't know my view count on the YouTube video for Monday yet, but those are some great numbers, meaning that people are doing what they need to do. So I'm very impressed with you students and excited that you are starting to take charge and do what you need to do. I want to clarify some questions that people had about homework today, and I know I sent a remind, but I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. The first thing is that there was nothing that was supposed to be turned in or submitted today. Even though there will be work to do every day, there will be one assignment per subject per week, which means that you'll have one thing to do in math, one thing to do in reading, and one thing to do in social studies every week. For example, on every Friday, you're going to have a social studies quiz on the studies weekly issue of the week. Every Thursday, there'll be a short exit ticket for math, whatever the skill of the week is. This week, it's multiply fractions. You're going to be asked to prove that you know how to do those things by completing the exit ticket and submitting it. Remember that you can submit things that are regular assignments like that by taking a picture with your phone and submitting it that way, or with the tablet. Or you can create a text box. So when you go to submit assignments, those are the two options. And so that means you can work on regular paper and take a picture of it, or you can type in an answer, and it depends on the type of assignment, what's going to work best for you. A lot of students, I believe, are going to take pictures of their math work and then probably use the text box to write things about reading. So tomorrow, if you log into Schoology, it has been published. And if you hear me use the phrase unpublished and published, I can create things ahead of time, and I'll leave them unpublished usually until the night before they're due, just so that people keep on the right pace, and I'll kind of let it loose the night before. So you can sneak peek it if you want to, or just wait until the next morning to see it. So tomorrow you're going to continue your work with multiplying fractions. There's a math antics video there that reminds you how to multiply unit fractions, which means sometimes there's whole numbers and sometimes there's fractions that are being multiplied. You're going to work on two more pages in math, page 210 and 211. That is an attachment that you can download. It's also in the paper packet. Last, if you're still having trouble with multiplying fractions, log on to the noon conference and I'll be more than happy to help you there as well. In reading, you're going to go back to Raz Kids, and there's going to be more work on determining character traits. So there's a new story called The Bridge. You're going to read that short story, The Bridge, and then do the accompanying activity. Remember that your assignments will be loaded right into Raz Kids. So everybody knows how to log in there. The teacher code is ANITS2, and then it's the little rabbit bunny button. There's a bunch of animals that you click on that for our classroom password. Then you roll down to the bottom of the page and you'll see a purplish bar that has assignments in white boxes on there. It's really big. It's pretty obvious at the bottom of the page. And you'll find that activity to do for today. Again, if you're having trouble, log on to the Schoology conference at noon. Social Studies, today you should have read the Social Studies Weekly, issue 13, about causes of the Revolutionary War. Today you're going to be working on some vocabulary words from those texts. And the two things you're going to do is to work on the definitions of the vocabulary words by completing the crossword puzzle. And then also you're going to do the misspelled activity if you're going online. And that's to help you be able to spell and write the words correctly. If you're working from a paper packet, I know that Studies Weekly is included in the paper packet, but the font is really small in order to get it shrunk down from a newspaper size to regular paper size. So I'm going to suggest if you have access to a computer, I would log on to read it. It hurt my eyes just to look at it. So whatever you prefer, the paper copy or the online version, both of them will work. So tomorrow, Tuesday, again, there are no assignments you have to turn in, but you do need to complete them all. I know that sounds weird to say you have to do it, but you're not turning it in. We will at some point begin to collect more work, but right now there's one big skill every week in math, one in reading, and one in social studies. Your social studies assignments will be turned in over Studies Weekly. So those quizzes, I will see your grades on those, and I'll know who's really been reading carefully and paying attention to the questions. And math, you're going to be submitting the skill of the week, and then in reading, you're going to be submitting the skill of the week. Remember that all the attachments at the bottom of the page are there for you to either load them and work on regular paper, or load them and print them and work on those papers as well. Well, that's about it for tomorrow, Tuesday, April 21st. It's supposed to be cold tomorrow. I hope that some of you had a chance to go outside today. My kids and I did a long bike on 16-mile Metro Beach Trail today. We did about 12 miles, went down to the lake, saw some kite surfers. It was good to get outside. So even though it's supposed to be cold tomorrow, I don't know, maybe you'll go for a short bike ride or a walk or do something to get some exercise. So important that you do that. Speaking of exercise made me think of gym class. Remember that it's kind of cool that you'll do regular classwork every Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, it's going to be specials day. So all 5 of your specials teachers will have something loaded into Schoology. If you remember, you clicked on like a black folder that says work for the week of April 20th. There's another folder right there that says specials by it. So once you click on that folder, it'll open up a couple other windows, one for gym, music, art, media, and STEM. And so there'll be some fun and cool activities for you to do on Wednesday. And it's kind of a break from the normal math and reading stuff, but it should be some interesting things. I actually haven't looked too closely at what they've put in there yet. Some of them aren't even in there yet, but it'll be up and ready for you by Wednesday. Do as many of them as you can, as many as you want to, as many as you can fit into the day. Go for it. Last announcement, someone asked today, so Mr. Nitz, are we supposed to be reading in Raz Kids or just doing the assignments and reading the little things that you say to read? Well, the things that the assignments ask you to read are really like 1 to 2 minute reads. So we would love for you to get back into Raz Kids when you're done. Your schoolwork should be done by noon every day, or at least by the end of that conference. That leaves you the whole rest of the day to log back onto Raz Kids and get maybe 30 to 60 minutes worth of reading in. You can do it all at once. You can read a little bit in the afternoon. You can read a little bit right before bed. Making me think of the extra reading in Raz Kids makes me think of Prodigy and some extra work you can do there. Fridays are going to be set as a Prodigy or other math online game day. Thursday is going to be the day that you take the exit ticket, which leaves me then on Friday to say, hey, these are the people who need to meet in the conference with me because you didn't get the exit ticket correct. And so on Friday, most of you who passed the quiz or the exit ticket on Thursday will have Friday to go to Prodigy and to play games there. I'll meet with that group during the school conference, Schoology conference, to help make sure that they can meet the target of the day. Well, that's about it. I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys tomorrow.